Hi Saurabh, hi Anubha. Thank you so much for joining today for the speaker interview and congratulations on being accepted as speakers for the Global Testing Retreat Conference 2022 by Child Testing Alliance. Saurabh, would you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Firstly, thanks, Pallavi. I'm super excited and I'd like to thank GTR for giving us this opportunity to represent in their conference. My name is Saurabh Bhardwaj. I'm part of Vodafone Shared Services or Vodafone Intelligent Solution, and I have good 20 plus years of IT experience, various roles. Currently, more of a technologist, looking after QA, safe implementation, agile,
Right.
things like that that I'm working. That's exciting. Do you want me to quickly start on the topic?
I would like to Anubha to also introduce yourself and
Yes.
then we can talk about it. Anubha, would you please tell
Yeah,
us about you?
sure. Thanks, Pallavi. So yes, I mean AGTR I attended last year as one of the listeners, and it was awesome experience. I also won a selfie contest on the day one. And this time, yes, I am super excited to participate as one of the speakers.
Yes.
Thank you very much, ATA GTR, for selecting our paper and for giving us this opportunity. Yes, my name is Anubha, and I have around 18 years of experience. I have worked in Noida and in Pune in application operations and as well as and I have handled various services. So definitely, my team working in we have implementation in many of my services. I am excited to participate this year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for joining, Anubha. So the paper topic, which is does culture eat strategy for breakfast? Would you like to tell something about it, Saurabh?
Yes. So culture eats strategy for breakfast. This is a generic quote of management consultant and writer Peter Drucker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what he meant was very apt, that you may have the best of best strategy, the best of best brains put together, but unless you don't have the underlying culture, it is bound to fail. I mean, you should have a conducive culture where it can run. It's like saying that I have a bullet train which
Right,
can run at 500, but you don't have the underlying railway tracks which can manage that speed. Your train is bound to fail, and that's what happens in any organization.
right.
And we had a first-hand experience. Both me and my co-speaker Anubha, we were taking care of a project, a team in shared services for a global enterprise, where we founded the strategy meeting. In fact, we started with a little early. I mean, a step back was, the iceberger dilemma, wherein the 10% which is visible, the strategies, but there was a
Mm,
90% underlying company's culture, team culture, which was underlying and which is very important for anything
mm,
to work.
right,
We found that, when we did some retrospect, we found that it was following old methodologies. Teams were working in silos. There
mm,
was no synergies.
mm,
And though we were trying to push, but these things were not in place. So I think what we decided was that let's step back. Let's keep the strategy a little aside. Let's try to make a culture, a transform culture wherein anything can smoothly fills in.
right,
And that's where our transformation cultural journey started. We revamped more or less everything, starting from moving into projects into more agile, safe kind of things, more of tools, more of, let's say working together,
right.
uh, I mean, what was recognized is that you work together.
Mm,
We started couple of four, there were four things which were important. One was the automation mindset.
right,
Every individual was told that whatever is manual has to be automated, nothing.
right,
And we started having these automathons and things like that. Cross team collaboration was kind of awarded. Any team which came back supported from other team was awarded.
okay,
Transparency was appreciated. The early you tell us things, we appreciated. Then constructive, continuous constructive feedback for improvements. After every 2 weeks we had this retrospective which we need to, and
Right.
that became our DNA. We said we
Mm-hmm.
will stand by on that DNA.
Mm-hmm.
It gave us, some of the benefits. Just to name was, we got more than 80% of our effort savings. We were able to do faster to market.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was falling in place. The entire strategy then fell in place, and we
Right.
transformed our organization. So that's in a nutshell. More to come once we, speak on the during our workshop.
Sure, sure. The 4 points which you listed were pretty awesome, and I think very crucial to the success of any transformation process involved in a team. Anubha, how was your experience? So I know that as I read your profile, you're from IIT Delhi, and Saurabh, you have been in an IMB Bangalore alumni. How was your experience, Anubha, in IIT Delhi? How are your memories of
Oh,
Delhi?
of course, IIT Delhi was one of my best years. I have spent 2 years there doing my post graduation,
Right.
and I came to know, like, how different studies could be. So it would never be from the books what my professors would be teaching.
Mm-hmm.
It would be never from the what would be asked in the assessments or in the periodic assessments, etc. So it was definitely awesome, and it was a different experience. So definitely it's an A grade institution. I could feel the difference when I was studying there. So it was experience in IIT Delhi.
Okay, good to know that, Anubha. And how was your experience, or when I am Bangalore?
Oh, it was wonderful. Joining IIM and Bangalore was like a dream come true.
Indeed.
Definitely, that was one exam that was to be cracked, and it took me a lot of burning night oils to crack that. But then it was good. The campus itself was so surreal and so informative, so educative. I mean, it was a transformation. I was a techie guy. I was all into techie and coding and this, and I needed a jump to move away from a techie to be a leader kind of thing, where I
Mhm.
can do strategies, where I can understand what PNL means.
Okay.
It's not all about technology. It is also about whether you make a business out of it. At the end of
Right.
the day, we are all into business, not into charity. So
Right.
that kind of gave me a transformation, a lot of knowledge. I mean, some things which we feel very obvious, like branding. I mean, I'm just a little quote. One of our quote in branding, our prof on the first day brings in
Mm.
multiple these Coke
Yeah.
glasses,
Okay.
and tells everybody to have, and says that there are three Cokes that we know. One is Coca Cola, one is Thumbs Up, and another is Pepsi. And he
Right.
puts three boxes and says that you please drink that Coke and put your chit. Which is that? Is it a Pepsi, or is it a Thumbs Up, or is it a
Okay.
Coke? And he gave it to 65 people.
Right.
And to our surprise, it was equally distributed.
Okay.
33 percentage was gone to all. And
Okay.
then finally he said that this was all Thumbs Up, there was no other drink. But see,
Okay.
people just can't figure it out. So at
Mm-hmm.
least 66% were just focusing on the brand, a
Right.
lump sum. But those were the eye openers. This is
Mm.
something you won't know if you are in a technical college.
Mm-hmm.
That the story, you sell the dreams, you don't sell the products, things like that. So it was for
Good.
me like a transformation. So I really enjoyed those days in the campus. Really good.
That's a great example, and that's also a good line you
I
said.
keep giving that example to my kids, to my family that go after
Mhm.
brands. I
Yeah.
just give them this example. This is what brand does.
Yeah, that's what Brent is. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right, Saurabh. So it's a great conversation with you, Anubha, and with you, Saurabh, and we really look forward to hearing you. And I'm sure the attendees will definitely learn from your experience about how you could bring this transformation in the organization with a great margin of 80%. And that's a great topic for industry leaders and
Yes.
veterans as well to attend. So thank you so much for bringing
Correct.
this to the conference, and we look forward to hearing you.
Thanks. No, we are also, both me and Anuba would like to thank ATA GTR, giving us this opportunity. As Anuba said, we were, more like attendees, and we were so influenced with the kind of that you guys are doing, and particularly Aditya. I mean,
Yes.
he's a leader,
Yeah, he
so
is.
we decided to, put in our effort. And thank you, Anuba. Any last line from
So
you?
that's it, Sabi. Thank you so much, ATAGTR, and we are really looking forward to participate in December.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thanks,
Yeah, bye
Pallavi.
bye.
Thank you, Anubha.
Thanks.
Happy Diwali to all of
Happy
you.
Happy
Thank
Diwali.
you.
Happy
Bye.
Happy
Diwali. Happy
Diwali.
Diwali.